My name is Pedro Barros. The name of the show is Fridgeworthy, and there's 7 artists, including myself. I have roughly 11. So specifically with my work, I'm kind of a little scatterbrained and a messy person, and I enjoy that about myself a lot. But at times I don't, because sometimes I just don't know what to say. But at the same time, I feel like I'm saying, I'm not even sure, I just am talking to myself. And a lot of times my work, I feel like my work shows that it's really personal, and it's almost like my own language, I feel like. And I really enjoy that. Specifically for me, a lot of the work I kind of create is for me, and so I don't really expect most people to understand them. And I love it when people try to understand them, because people end up making up crazy ideas and stuff like that, and that's the most fun, interesting part. But yeah, I really kind of personally hide behind a lot of symbols and stuff like that I relate with. But yeah, generally it's kind of crazy different other stuff. Well, I chose drawing at the beginning just specifically because I think that regardless of whatever field you're going into or whatever, you need to know how to draw. Just ever since I was a kid, I feel like drawing is the basics and the foundation for anything, regardless of what you're doing. And so I just chose drawing because I feel like I wanted to become better at my foundation, and so that I can build off of a great foundation. But really personally, I'm very much a person that loves every form and aspect of art, regardless of what it is. I love the challenges. One kind of quote I always tell people is that for me, art is, when someone asks me what's my favorite type of art or stuff like that, or what I like to work with, is I like to explain it as when you ask a carpenter which tool does he love the most. A lot of times they'll just say, I don't love one tool more than the other, but each tool does its own job, and each tool can achieve different things. And that's the way I see art and mediums, is that each has its own language and qualities about it that the others can't achieve, and I like to use those when I see fit. So the diptych is just kind of, I've always been really interested in mixing acrylic paint and charcoal, and so that's what it is. But it was kind of my first experiment with it, and I feel like it went pretty well for myself. I feel like I learned a lot, and I'm continuing to pursue it. But specifically, in my artist statement, I kind of explained that, like I said, I hide behind a couple of symbols, and a stone is one of my symbols that I hide behind. But because Pedro is my name, which translates to Peter, which translates to Petros, which translates to stone. And so a lot of times I use stones and stuff like that in my work as kind of my little myself, I guess. I don't know. The opening was a great time. I really enjoyed it a lot, actually. But at the same time, I was completely nervous, just because I'm very much a person who, like I said, a lot of times my art is for myself, and I really don't show anyone my work very rarely. Even in high school, I was known as the kid who never turned in my artworks and stuff like that. But it was nice to see kind of let people into my little world that I live in, and kind of hear their reactions and stuff like that, because the more and more I do that, the more and more exciting it is to share. Because like I said, I feel like a lot of times my work is kind of its own secret language, and people try to decrypt it, and it's insane what people come up with. I have an Instagram and a website. They're both under the name Stone and Mud. So you can go to stoneandmud.com. That's my website, and I have a bit of work up there, not too much, but I'm starting to be able to put up more work now. And I have also an Instagram under the name Stone and Mud.